Welcome to There Can Be Only One. We aim to solve open-ended, age-old questions like which one is better or what should we name the baby in as little as 10 seconds. My name is Andrew Whitford. I'm a 9-year Air Force veteran, and I am currently out of New York City.
Howdy, I'm Sarah Delheim. I'm a 5-year Air Force veteran and I live in Central Ohio.
Hello, my name is Jeremiah Maga, and I am a 5-year Marine Corps veteran. I currently reside in fabulous Yuma, Arizona.
My name is Sean Kiernan. I'm a 20-year Navy veteran, and I live in Houston, Texas. I'll be providing an overview of There Can Be Only One. The idea for our app arose from a simple problem. Do you and your partner, family, or friends ever have trouble making decisions? Like where to eat, what to do this weekend, what color to paint the bathroom? If you do, There Can Be Only One will help solve those problems. Current decision-making applications such as Decido use voting algorithms to help groups make decisions, but we wanted to make something more fun. Your group of up to 6 people can use There Can Be Only One to resolve your gridlock via a short, competitive game. The outcome of the games are 90% random, so winning or losing is not strongly tied to anyone's gaming skill level. And following the game, the winning response gets broadcast to all the participants, so everyone sees the winning answer. We hope you'll enjoy using There Can Be Only One to amicably settle your disputes. Now I'll hand it over to Sarah to demo our application.
Thanks, Sean. Hi, I'm Sarah. My friends Jeremiah and Sean and I can't decide on where to go to dinner tomorrow. So my friend told me about this cool new web app, There Can Be Only One, that can help us choose. So first, I'll host a new game session for my friends to join. On the next page, I'll fill in my name, my question, what is for dinner, and my answer, Taco Bell. Everybody likes Taco Bell, right? Next, I'll share the 6-digit game code with Jeremiah and Sean. They can join the web app on desktop or mobile. On the right, Jeremiah fills in his name, the game code I gave him, and then his choice for dinner. And then left on the host screen, I can see my friends as they sign up. So, there are 4 different games I can choose for us, all of that sweet retro gaming feel. The dice game, where we roll a familiar 20-sided die and the highest number wins. The weapon game, where we choose from different weapons like swords and spears. The chess game, where we open common to legendary treasure chests. And the beast game, where we try our luck taming wild beasts. I'm going to pick the dice game because it's always fun throwing a d20 around. Here we go. And whee! All right, let's see what I get. Oh, hey, I got a 17. So once everyone finishes playing, I can show the results to everyone. Drum roll, please. Hey, I won. Looks like we're going to Taco Bell. All right. Now I'm going to hand it off to Jeremiah to talk about our technology stack.
Thank you, Sarah. During the development of our project, we used familiar technologies taught to us during our time at Code Platoon and new ones we taught ourselves. We used React as our front end and styled our project with CSS and React Bootstrap. For our back end, we knew we would need a real-time database to accomplish our goals, and we came across Firebase. Firebase allowed us to create sessions and update all users with live information, such as showing users who are currently in the lobby. We also used Three.js, a JavaScript library utilized to render 3D graphics in web browsers. Lastly, we deployed our project with Heroku to make it live to the world. We used all of these technologies to build our application, but it did not come easily. When we first started our project, we had to think about how the overall flow was going to work. We had to ask ourselves some important questions, such as how are we going to get players to join the same lobby? Or how will we get all users in a lobby to start a game? These are the questions we had to think about in the early stages of our project because we knew they would be our biggest hurdles. Communicating and coding together as a team in the beginning we found extremely difficult. We struggled in the early stages of development to divvy out tasks. We ended up using Trello as a project manager. This allowed us to see who was active on a certain part of our project and prevented work from being prevented. Real-time interaction. was a must-have for our application. We wanted to see live data being presented as it was created. Firebase was a big challenge for us. We had to learn how to effectively add and get information from this NoSQL database, which took some time and troubleshooting. We wanted at least one of our games to be really unique, so we ended up using Three.js for our dice game. This ended up being a monumental task, and we encountered problems such as the dice not falling completely flat and returning the value of our dice to our backend for comparison. We overcame these challenges through extensive troubleshooting and plenty of research. I will now be handing it over to Andrew, who will be going over our stretch goals.
Thank you, Jeremiah. So for stretch goals, initially, we set a conservative goal, considering this was a week and a half sprint, and we were dealing with two brand new technologies, Firebase and React 3 Fiber. Our initial goal was to get a web application that could handle multiple users, deploy a single minigame, and decide a winner. We chose a game that would be simple to implement, rolling a 20-sided die, highest number wins. We were also looking at implementing other games through APIs of already created games. We accomplished our initial goal and pushed it a little further. Considering our progress and how much time we had left, we decided to create our own games. This helped the functionality of the app because it let us create games that could handle multiple players and make very quick decisions. With the time we had, we were able to create 4 games and decided to use the remaining time for polishing the product that we had. In looking towards the future, there are a few ideas we have discussed for continued improvements. There are small improvements found in our bug hunting. This includes things like a better way to handle ties. Rather than running through the game with everyone again, have a system for whittling down players. We discussed creating more games and balancing the ones we have with more meaningful choices. Finally, there is the larger goal of extending the 3D rendering from the dice rolling minigame to the rest of the games. For the dice game specifically, we only implemented a roll function based on varying angular force. However, there is a full environment that is navigatable and comes equipped with a physics engine. This would allow the games to be more interactive and unique, but comes with the cost of creating the 3-dimensional assets. Some games discussed in this category were a Price is Right spinning wheel and a one-shot archery contest. This concludes our presentation. If you would like to solve all of your disputes quickly and with only minor virtual bloodshed, There Can Be Only One is available on Heroku at the link displayed. I would like to open up for any questions.
Awesome job. There Can Be Only One team. So yeah, we've got a few questions coming in from the chat. So what is one feature you wish you had more time to add?
So I think I can take the first one. It was really getting into the, I would say getting into the 3D rendering. It was really, we really only scratched the surface with that because it was a new system to learn. And really it was just the dice, but everything looked a lot cleaner with a lot of that. So given more time, we really could have gotten the physics engine down to more of a T, given the user more options with interfacing with it, even though it would still remain pretty quick.
Awesome. Another one from the chat. What was your biggest challenge as a team?
I think I could take this one. I think in the very beginning of our project, we all came out with these great ideas. We spent the first 2 days all just ballparking some awesome game ideas. And I think we made our scope a little bit too big, if that makes any sense. We ended up getting lost along the way in the very beginning. And we were able, we used Trello. We wrote some really, really good user stories, and we were able to get at least the first 4 games built early. It started with just the dice game, but once we had the first game built, I think all of us got our jobs and our roles down, and development started going a lot more smooth after that.
Awesome. To kind of piggyback off that question, was there anything that you wish you did differently as a team?
I think as a team, I think it would have been better earlier if I know we struggled in the very beginning with getting the 3D rendering done early, and then we ended up just using basic click functions with CSS and HTML for our other 3 games. I think if we would have spent more time early on together as a full team working with Three.js, I think we might have been able to include all games using that 3D rendering engine, which would have been very nice to have in the project.
Awesome. Yep. Last question. This is kind of like a two-parter. What alternative backend databases did you all consider in place of Firebase? And like, how does Firebase scale if your app grows to support, 100,000 million users?
Sean, I think you're the one that has.
Yeah, I think I can handle this. So if I heard the first part of your question, did we consider other backends? There were no other free real-time databases that we could find in our research to use as a backend, and we needed the real-time functionality of Firebase in order to have the user experience that we have, where you see everyone in the lobby and you play the game at the same time, versus some of the other options like using Django. And second question, Firebase, as far as I know, is a widely used commercial product, so it would scale pretty easily to a large number of users. However, we'd have to make potentially some changes to our front end in order to provide some more robust error checking to make sure that interactions with the database don't cause conflicts once you have that many session IDs.
Awesome. Yep. Great questions, and thank you for answering them. That will conclude the questions for Team Their